everyone, I'm Aastha. In this video I'm going to show you how to draw these pretty flowers. It's very simple, so let's get started. For any shape, I would start with guidelines. If I have to draw a leaf, I'll draw a straight line and a cross. Then start curving the line. So this helps me give a symmetric shape. With the help of lines, I know what my size of the leaf will be, and then I can draw it easily. So if I draw it without that, then it might be that the shape is not right. So I use guidelines. It makes everything easier. So in this, we're going to first start with these 4 petals flowers. For that, we'll start from the center and draw a small plus sign and then make a circle. Extend these lines. Because the blue flowers are small, these extended lines will determine the size of the petal. Now, because I want all the petals to be of the same size, I'm just checking by drawing a circle. You can do the same. Once you draw this, you'll know all the petals will come the same size. Else what happens if you start just by yourself, then it might be that one petal is big and the other is small, and this shape of the flower is not right, it doesn't look good. So then we draw the horizontal lines. Make sure these are also on the same, almost the same place. So then here we go narrow at the top. Narrow. Yeah, this is broad and then narrow. So the leaves are, the petals are of the same size and the shape. Once you're done, you can then erase all the guidelines, even the circle. You don't need it. The bigger circle, you need the center one. You can use sketch pen directly and then erase everything else. So this is straight flower. If you want to tilt it slightly, then you draw a slanting line, same plus sign. You see the difference between this and this. This is very symmetric. Everything looks perfect. Here one flower is one petal small, one petal is big, and the shapes are not right. So if you draw freehand, you're not going to get these shapes. You can do it, but after some time you need a little bit of practice to do that. Before that, we just have a little bit of patience and again, I need to know if all of these lines are of the same length. So I'm just checking by drawing a circle. It's best you do it like that. So if these are not of the same size, same length, then it would not be a circle. It will be a different shape. You'll have to just change this length. That's it. These are your 4 petal flowers. So once you're done with these, then you have these big leaf and then the branch. For the big leaves, you just have to draw a curved line, slightly less. So if you see, there's the same shape which is continuing for everything, which is the leaf shape. Even the petals have the similar shape. These leaves, and you want another leaf on the side. But this has to not get completed. We just want half of it. This side and this side. That's it. Now this is done. Then we have this, and next we'll do 8 petal flower. Okay. So you need to know where you're going to do that. Somewhere here. Okay. if you see that picture, you need to give it some space. So we'll do the 8 petal flower here, and how big you want it you can determine by the guidelines. So when I started it also starts with a plus sign. This plus sign is basically for the center of the flower. Once I get this circle, this is the center of the flower, and then just like these, the size of this flower is slightly big, so I make the extension. Okay, so if you remember, this is an 8 petal flower. So once you're done with this cross, draw another cross in the center. We always draw this in the center because it helps, because a smaller plus sign, then it will help you make these lines better. Now try to make them in like so that this comes as a circle. Don't, if this is longer, then it's going to be a longer petal. Make sure that you're getting this perfect circle here. Make a half circle first. The circle is again for you to know the size, and then you extend this also. So you're getting 8 strokes. Size. This will give you the length of the petals. If you think that this is going away, let it go. Like, you can erase this line, doesn't matter. Once this is done, same like the leaf for the other petals, how we do, just draw the center, these lines in the center where it should be broad and then narrow. So make sure that this also makes a circle, like almost. So when I start here, I'll start and then narrow. I start and then narrow. All your guidelines should be very light, like these. So use a blunt pencil. If you use a sharp pencil, it's going to make that pressure, and you're going to get marks. When I erase these, you'll not be able to see them, because I'm using very less pressure. So it need not be perfect circle. It can be a little, the other petals can be slightly bigger, so that's okay, but it should not be very weird. Like, so this is your 8 petal flower. This one. Then it has 2 extensions here, and 3 and 1. So 1, 2 and 3 leaves. So from here I need 2 leaves. From here I need 1. And here I need 3. So for that 2 leaves I need done the leaves around. The next one beside these leaves is the fine edge flower. So we'll do that here. That also starts with, I call it fine edge because it has edges which are very fine. So again we start with the center of the flower with a plus, and then we extend these lines. Draw another plus sign, just extending these spokes. So this is almost like this 8 petal flower which we did, but it's more simpler, because in the end what you have to do is, once you get this shape right, like all the spokes are of the same size and you get like a wheel shape, which you did for the other flower too. Once you're sure of this, you have the length of each. Then you can actually erase this. Just checking if the length is okay, and then you can do that. That's it. Just make those edges fine. So this is fine edge. I call this flower fine edge. That's it. Your flower is done. This is simpler than the 8 petal leaf shaped flower. So, and then you can draw like 2 lines here. So the center one, you have to anyway erase all these lines. These are not required. It's colored. You won't be able to see any of. So you have to erase all these. You don't need the circles anymore. You don't need these plus signs anymore. Do once. So I'll do that once everything is done. So after that we have this edges leaves. Also I want to show you these. So you just have to draw similar way. You have to draw a plain leaf. Okay. Normal leaf. You get this. You get that shape. And the other one is curving up. Okay. After this, then you start writing V. You now write V like reverse of it. At the corner, just write small V's. So you get this, the tip at sharp like that, and then cut. So you're doing everything with pencil first. Then you can just do the outline with sketch pen and erase everything else. So that will be very simple. Here also, I'm just making the edges spiked. Yeah. Then I wouldn't need these. I got my shape. Everything is done. Then there's a branching out which I do. Cherries. This can be any size. This is simple. Just to make it look. So we have these. Yeah, there's one more thing here, branching out. This I'll do. This is, I don't think I need to explain this. And then now we have the last flower. This is the bell one. So for that is also simple. We just take a stem, slightly thick stem. Okay. Then you can draw like 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just want it a little more thick. So I'll draw 6 lines. That's it. This is it. You get the flower. Then again reverse V. So you got the bell flower. It's the easiest. And then these leaves, the leaf around the bell flower, just a curve and close. Yeah, that's it. Just a curve and close. So this is the bell flower. Branch out with some cherries. That's it. So this is what I did here. These leaves, all types of leaves I've shown you, and the flowers. And I just repeated it in a random process. So I want to show you how I finish it. So if I have this, for this, and for the rest you can figure out what I do. I just erase everything very lightly, so you can't really, like, the lines are visible, they're not gone, but all the guidelines and everything are gone. Why am I doing this? Because I don't want those pencil marks. Like in my drawings, I don't like these base down pencil marks. So if you can just erase them, but you'll still be able to see this shape. That's all we need. Okay. So I'm just showing the entire process, what I do. And then this circle. So now I got the shape, which is perfect. And then I can erase all the guidelines. So I do the same for the leaf. But for the leaf, because it's dark green, so I can actually go ahead and do it on the pencil also. For the light colors, for which I do not want that pencil marks, I can do this. Here also I can just directly, because I see the shape, it's easier now. Right? Then for the rest I've done that. So if you see, you cannot see any of those lines, and you've got this perfect flower shape. So go ahead, practice this with the pencil first, and then try it doing the sketch pen outline and everything, and you can then color the leaves with a sketch pen. I've intentionally colored few leaves and left the petals for few flowers. I just like it like that. You can do it the way you want it, and let the sketch pen dry out a little. Before you erase this, give it 2-3 seconds. It just takes that much time because these are sketch pens, and then erase it. Don't erase the guidelines just after you're done. You might get this sketch pen mark on it. Okay, and that's it. So you should do the same for everything else, like these small flowers, and you'll be done with this. So that's mine from scratch. So I've not colored the petals. You can color them. I've colored for the small blue ones. I just like the pattern, so I left it like this. So keep practicing and you'll get it.